Now just loosen this cap and remove the internal throttle control, and we get the carburetor aside. Now what happens is carburetor, the lower reservoir tank has some fuel inside it after disassembling from the vehicle. So first of all we have to remove the petrol which is inside this tank by just loosening this screw. Here is the screw. By loosening this we can remove the petrol inside the tank, floating tank, like this. So you can see this, there is a flow of petrol. Okay, it's completed. Now we'll put back to the petrol tank. Okay, now we will see how to dismantle this carburetor. First of all we have to start from these two nuts which separates the sump tank, which is obviously the float tank inside this. So we have to remove this seat. This tank serves as a governor which controls the flow of fuel from tank. See here what is inside this is the float which controls the fuel intake. Okay, now we will see how it's work. When the sump tank is full of petrol, then this petrol lifts the float upside, and there is a valve here which is pressed inside to stop the flow of petrol. Now just remove the pin inside this. This pin will remove the float. Okay, we will remove this. Now the float is separated, and you can see here there is a pin which stops the flow of petrol inside this tank. Keep this aside. Now next, this is the vacuum tube which can be removed by just this. There is no need of removing this pipe. So here is a choke which controls the flow of air inside the carburetor. Okay, these are basically the parts. This one is the main jet, this is pilot jet, this is fuel air screw mixture. Next, this is the throttle control screw. Now let's see the working of carburetor. First of all, we will start from the accelerator. When we rotate the accelerator, this knob, then there is a wire inside it. This wire is stretched, and here inside there is a lifting object which controls the flow of air inside the carburetor. This air which we require for mixture, preparing the mixture of fuel and air is taken into from the air manifold, which comes from the filter inside here. It filters the dust particles from the air. After that, air enters the carburetor. Into the carburetor there is a tank here. This tanks inside this tank there is a float which controls the fuel inside this carburetor. That is, it takes the fuel from the tank whichever is required for the particular operation or particular for the particular speed. Next, air comes from here and fuel is mixed with the air inside here, which is an orifice. Due to the pressure difference, the fuel from this tank is lifted up to this. Next, the mixture of fuel and air is formed and this enters the cylinder. Here is the engine cylinder. Due to the valve mechanism, when spark is thrown into this mixture, there is a complete ignition or combustion, and this combustion results into the movement of the piston up and down. So we get the work output into the by the gearbox to the drive chain and finally to the wheels. These are the screws which can control the mixture which is formed. Next, here is a choke. This choke is applied in the cold seasons or winter seasons when engine is very cold. Hence there is no combustion take place, and hence for this only pure fuel is thrown inside the engine for quick starting of engine. Hence for this the choke is used. Okay, welcome. We will today see how an carburetor actually works, and we'll also see how to check the level inside it. So first of all, remove the black tube which is already present in it. Then insert a transparent tube which can be saline pipe. Then insert it into the tube which is provided next to the screw at a float tank. Then raise this tube above the carburetor. Now we are going to check the level, the fuel level inside the carburetor so as to maintain the efficiency or mileage. Now take down the screwdriver and just loosen the screw. This screw will leak, or the screw will drain out the whatever fuel is inside there in the float tank. And first of all, there will be the air bubbles inside the tube, so we have to remove the air bubbles. So for that, just drain out some quantity of petrol outside, so the constant flow inside the tube is produced. Then next to it, just raise the tube and compare it at the tank so as to get the correct level inside the float tank. So whatever the indication will be inside the tube will be the level of fuel inside the float tank. So using this method we can easily check out whatever fuel is inside the carburetor. So this helps to increase the mileage or efficiency. If the level is below, there will be the lean mixture, and if there will be the rich mixture, the efficiency will decrease constantly. So we have to check out this level and remove the tube, and just now fix that black tube which is present. Okay, thank you.